I had a video that I was going to release on Tuesday that luckily I didn't, that basically went into Daviri Paradox. Sorry, I'll kill that music in the background. And where it is, what's taking so long, and why it isn't here. And it all kind of resolved around one little thing Digital Extreme themselves said.
We are going to be dedicating a January dev stream to it because it's really, really important for us to give you the Daviri Paradox walkthrough, because this is the weirdest, also most Warframe, but also most recontextualized update that we ever will release, I think.
It also all came around simply because I think it was 4 different messages I got about the fact that in the Lua's pre-update there was these marketplace items here that were added, and if we actually go into the marketplace we can have a look at these easily enough. They are quite literally Lua's prey, and these were temporary. That's why it says limited time, limited time, limited time, limited time, limited time. These are not part of the update itself. These have nothing to do with the release of Daviri Paradox. These are them testing the water. Necromech Essential Mod Bundle. Not really essential. If you have been playing since Necromechs were added, you pretty much got all of these anyway. For some reason, I didn't have Intensify. I do now. Everything else on here, that would be Varuna, and well, that would be the Varuna pack. That's her Void Shell. And yeah, even Zaku's deluxe skin, the golden men skin, is staying there. And that's the, well, spoilers. That will stay there. It's just these, and it was basically a video of me going on about, well, Daviri Paradox, we can aim for it this time, that time, the other time, and I heard a horrible rumour that we're not getting it at all. Well, Digital Extreme, thank you for confirming that. Because on Monday afternoon they turned around and said these boosters are ending. As mentioned, they were temporary, and they are testing the waters with new bundles that are replacing older bundles that were retired at the end of last year. Yes, they are basically ending. They will try out some other ones. I like this simply because some of these are actually worth it. If you buy the boosters and run them all the time for the price of 3, you basically end up with 4. And since, well, quite literally, if I come out of the marketplace and we go to boosters, yeah, I haven't picked up the prime accessories yet, so don't have it. So I picked that up instead, and I've basically now used it up, hence there's only 2. Same can go for the Warframe slots, but why did I say they have confirmed Daviri Paradox is basically, you know, I'll just leave this on the screen as I say this, the winter update of 2022, Daviri Paradox. Yeah, they have basically confirmed Daviri Paradox is not the next update to Warframe. So not only was this due in winter of 2022, that if we want to be really kind of awkward about this, December 2022 is winter 2022 is also winter at the beginning of 2023, so you know that's a 3-month period. Winter 2022 would be December, then January and February, and technically half of March of 2023. So you could turn around and say, well, technically they're still right. We'll get on to why they're not in a moment. 3 hours ago they posted they are in fact having, and I'll do this again.
We are going to be dedicating a January dev stream to it because it's really, really important for us to give you the Daviri Paradox walkthrough, because this is the weirdest, also most Warframe, but also most recontextualized update that we ever will release, I think.
They are in fact having a dev stream in January. This was a huge amazement because I turned around and said, unless they announce basically today, hence the reason I didn't release it. I was really hoping this news would come yesterday. I'm also glad I didn't release it because probably wouldn't go down too well, because a lot of the facts that were in there aren't really facts, and I know I get a lot of things wrong. But that was a lot of hearsay. But here's the thing, that Digital Extreme have confirmed Daviri Paradox during winter of 2022. We had Lua's Prey and Daviri Paradox. They were going to do a dedicated dev stream to it in January. Technically they still are. And tell us when it's coming out next. Oh wait, next update for Warframe. Christine's Last Wish. Sorry. Citrine's Last Wish. That's not the name of Daviri Paradox, considering they have went on to including a look where we're at the development of Duviri. Okay, so Daviri Paradox is not coming anytime soon. Hopefully this is a second stopgap update, which I have said this for years. I don't mind waiting for an update while they're working on it, as long as they do something in between. Perfectly fine. The big updates, they just got to release little things, and they kind of did. They released a Warframe at the end of 2022, which, to be fair, they had to, because does anybody out there want to actually count the number of frames that came out last year, and the year before, and the year before? Because it's 3 a year. But there's 4 primes in a year. It's not either the prime access is going to be slowed down so that becomes 3 a year, or they're going to have to really start producing more frames. Because soon enough, the primes are going to be coming out before the actual frames do. So at least they did release another frame in 2022. Yeah, Citrine's Last Wish. We're going everything you can expect in this update, including a look at the development of Duviri. Meaning this is just another stopgap. It will release something, and it looks like Rhino has been mutated. Somebody is going to tell me this is a pre-existing skin, blah 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 blah. That is Rhino's codpiece. This is a Rhino Beetle, because there's the Rhino Beetle, the horn from the Rhino Beetle. So, is this just another Rhino frame? Quite literally, a Rhino frame? Or is Rhino getting a new skin? Somebody's going to tell me it's an existing skin. I don't believe it is. This is the words from Digital Extreme here. Dedicated dev stream to Daviri Paradox. But instead what we're getting is... I'm gonna get wrong for butchering that. Citrine's Last Wish. Don't know what that means. Don't know anything about it. I know exactly the same as everybody else does. Absolutely nothing other than watching it will get you a grab bag Twitch drop. They couldn't even turn around and for the first stream of the year have an Umbra former. That would be nice. I think I've used like 4 of those in the past few weeks, which is probably not for the best since they're so hard to get a hold of. But yeah, instead of a Daviri Paradox stream, we will get a look at where Duviri is and something called Citrine's Last Wish. Which leads us to the part of the video I was not looking forward to, but at the same time, kind of the premise of the prequel to this that I didn't release yesterday, mainly because it annoyed me quite a bit in the last 10 minutes of it, is basically me ranting and raving about the fact the Devstream hasn't been here, and if there is a single, tiny, little, minuscule touch of this being true, Digital Extreme should be just seriously disgusted in themselves. For I give you the rumoured April 2023 update. That's right, Daviri Paradox, we now know is not going to be February, because Citrine's Last Wish is going to be the next update, but that will probably be in February. And that means we need an update in March, but let's be brutally honest here, they did absolutely nothing for the first 5 months. I know it's technically 4, it was till April, but I'm including December in this. From the new war till the Zarmon turned up was 5 months nearly. Yeah. Is it going to be the same thing again? This is a huge possibility. Why am I saying April? As forementioned, they have been rumours everywhere, and I have seen them in a few places, and a few of them, especially on Reddit, seem to disappear very quickly. I've mentioned it before. The Dex item, and I mean item, that comes out for the 10-year anniversary of Warframe needs to be a physical thing you can play with and level up. No skins. It needs to be a new something. A new landing craft would be better than nothing. And I don't mean a landing craft skin. I mean an actual landing craft. At least it would be something. Because the Lisette is nothing more than a skin. Everything since the... I'm trying to remember what the last thing was they actually released. The Dex Dakar, the Dex Virus, the Dex Cyrus. Then a skin, a skin, a skin, a skin, a skin, and a skin. Yeah. It comes to something when 6 to 3. That is 6 skins to 3 actual Dex things you can use. Which is why I've said every year for the past few years. Dex Sentinel. A Dex frame. Not a skin for a frame. An actual frame. Dex Scalibur should have been a frame. Dex Rhino should have been a frame. Dex Wisp, they dropped the ball on that one because that could have been a huge thing. Especially with Wisp Prime a year later. Oh, people would have gone crazy for that. Because that means the Prime version will have to be better than the Dex version. They seriously dropped the ball making Dex Wisp a skin. There needs to be a Dex Frame, or a Dex Sentinel, or a Dex Kubro, Dex Kavat, Dex Moapet. Anything. Other than... technically, yeah, we could have the Dex Lisette. A Dex ship. But no, it needs to be something bigger than that. It's a 10-year anniversary. It just needs to not be a skin. But covering this up by making this the 10-year anniversary update, I don't like that idea. I mean, I massively do not like this idea. Down to the simple fact of delaying it till the end of March, beginning of April, just so they have something to release on their 10-year anniversary that is kind of huge. No. Just no. It was supposed to be a 2022 update. Delaying it till near enough April of 2023, I really hope this is nothing more than a rumour, and I'm really hoping on the 27th of January 2023 when they show us this Citrine's Last Wish and they talk about the development of Daviri Paradox, it is in fact going to be a March update, an early March update, and has nothing at all to do with the 10-year anniversary. The 10-year anniversary needs to be separate to everything else going on in Warframe. We'll leave this off here. What do you think? When do you think Daviri Paradox is going to come? Because the fact that they've said this, either the Citrine's Last Wish is going to be coming in January, which is seriously doubtful since update day is a Wednesday and Wednesday is the 1st of February. So the earliest that will come out is the 1st of February. That would be February's update, which means Daviri Paradox is March, kind of at the earliest. Shameful. I think somebody's looked at the dates here and realised that the 23rd of March, which is technically around the same day, no, the 22nd of March is around the same day as they came out of closed beta. Yeah, that's an update day, on the 22nd of March. So I'm really hoping they're not saving it till then, because that's still technically spring. Everything after the 20th is spring. It can be forgiven even if they aimed it for the week before the 10-year anniversary stuff. That would also be fine. Saving it for the 10-year anniversary stuff, I hope somebody is severely disgusted in themselves for even suggesting this as a thing. Because it's just wrong, in my opinion. What's your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that, because this is way too long, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.